It's Astronomy Term Tuesday, and today's term is magnitude, which is the brightness of an object in astronomy. But there's a little bit of a complication to this, of course. So like with many things in astronomy, this has a very long history that makes it a little bit strange in its modern iteration. So this dates back to ancient Greece and Hipparchus. And he basically came up with this ranking system for stars. And so this is why magnitude is kind of inverted in that a lower number of magnitude is a brighter object and vice versa. So the higher the number of the magnitude, the dimmer the object. Because Hipparchus was using this as like a ranking system. So it was like stars of the 6th magnitude were really dim, all the way up to stars of the 1st magnitude, which was they were first. They were the best and the brightest, so to speak. And Hipparchus' system was also more of just a categorization. Like there were multiple stars that were of the 1st magnitude or of the 5th magnitude. But of course, in modern usage, we want to be able to assign like a specific numerical value to every object. And so we've kind of had to, convert this scale and make it a little bit backwards compatible. We have quantified magnitudes, such as the difference between an object of magnitude 6 and magnitude 1 is a factor of 100. So each step of one magnitude is a difference of 100 to the 1/5 power. Magnitude is also a unitless number, but it can be related back to a unit full number. The way that Hipparchus was doing it, right, is about how bright stars appear to us, and that's called the apparent magnitude, and this is related to an object's flux, which is the energy per time per area that we receive from the object. So that would be something like watts per meter squared. On the other hand, objects have an intrinsic brightness, like how much energy per time they are emitting, regardless of how much we actually end up seeing. And so that would be related to its luminosity, and that would be energy per time. So that would be like joules per second or watts. So it's definitely a pretty quirky system. And honestly, I've known magnitudes for decades and I still get tripped up sometimes. Literally just this past weekend, my husband and I were talking about potential observing targets. And he was like, oh, let me look up, how bright this is to see if we'll even be able to see it. And he was like, oh, it's like plus 15 magnitude or something. And I was like, really? Like, I wasn't expecting it to be that bright. And he kind of looked at me and he was like, no, that's really dim. And I was like, oh, duh. So if it trips you up, you're definitely not the only one. Now, there's a lot more detail we could get into regarding magnitudes, but this is just basically to tell you what the term is. And so magnitude is brightness. Have a good day.